Your coffee is lying to you. Every morning you pour yourself a cup thinking it's giving you energy. And it is. But here's what's really happening. That same cup of coffee is quietly draining something far more important than energy from your body. Your muscles. I know that sounds crazy. Coffee causes muscle loss, but stay with me for the next 14 minutes because I'm going to prove it to you. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to flip that switch. How to turn your morning coffee from a muscle-wasting drink into the most powerful muscle-building weapon you have. Here's something that should terrify you. Right now, as you're watching this, your body is deciding whether to build muscle or break it down. And if you're over 60, drinking regular coffee on an empty stomach, I can tell you exactly what decision your body is making. It's choosing to eat your muscles for breakfast. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your body every time you drink coffee without the right additions. Coffee spikes something called cortisol. You've probably heard of it, the stress hormone. But what they don't tell you is that cortisol is catabolic. That's a fancy medical word that means it breaks down muscle tissue for fuel. Here's the process. You wake up. Your cortisol is already elevated because that's normal in the morning. Then you drink coffee. Your cortisol shoots up even higher. Now your body is in panic mode, looking for quick energy. Where does it find that energy? Your muscles. Your body literally starts cannibalizing your own muscle tissue to create glucose for energy. And because you're over 60, your body is already looking for excuses to get rid of muscle. You're making it easy. But here's the part that really breaks my heart. Most people have been doing this every single day for years. Decades even. They wake up, drink their coffee black or with a little cream, feel energized, and have no idea they're slowly dismantling the very thing keeping them independent. Their muscles are disappearing, one cup at a time. The good news? I'm about to show you how to reverse this completely. How to take that same cup of coffee and transform it into a muscle-building machine that actually reverses years of damage. But first, I need to know something. Where are you watching this from right now? What city? What country? Drop it in the comments because I want to see how far this message is reaching. And tell me this. When you look in the mirror, can you see muscle loss happening? Is it your arms, your legs, your shoulders? Be honest in the comments. There's no judgment here. We're all fighting the same battle after 60. I read every single comment and I'll respond to as many as I can. My name is Dr. Marcus. I've been helping seniors rebuild muscle they thought was gone forever. I've seen 82-year-olds regain strength they lost in their 60s. I've watched people go from needing walkers to hiking trails again. And it always starts with fixing the morning coffee. The first thing you need to add to your coffee is something most people have never even considered. Tart cherry concentrate. I can already hear you saying, cherries in my coffee? That's insane. But hear me out because the science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Tart cherry concentrate does something remarkable. It reduces exercise-induced muscle damage and speeds up recovery. But that's not why we're adding it to coffee. We're adding it because tart cherries contain powerful compounds called anthocyanins. These compounds directly combat the cortisol spike from caffeine. They don't eliminate it completely. You still get the energy boost from coffee. But they prevent cortisol from going into that danger zone where it starts eating your muscles. Think of it like a buffer. Coffee pushes cortisol up. Tart cherry concentrate holds it at a safe level. But here's where it gets really interesting. Tart cherry concentrate also increases something called insulin sensitivity. Your muscles become more receptive to nutrients. That means when you eat protein later, your muscles actually grab it and use it instead of letting it float around in your bloodstream doing nothing. A study looked at older adults who consumed tart cherry juice daily. After 12 weeks, they showed significant reductions in inflammatory markers and improvements in muscle recovery time. But nobody's talking about adding it to coffee. Until now. Here's exactly how to use it. Get a pure tart cherry concentrate, not juice. Concentrate. You need about 1 tablespoon in your morning coffee. Now, I won't lie to you. It changes the flavor. Your coffee will have a slight tartness to it. Some people love it, Some people need to add a tiny bit of stevia to balance it out. But within 3 days, you'll get used to it. And within 2 weeks, you'll notice something strange. Your muscles feel different, less sore, more responsive. That's the anthocyanins working. But that's just the beginning. Tart cherry concentrate does 3 other things that matter specifically for seniors. First, it improves sleep quality. Tart cherries naturally contain melatonin. Better sleep means better muscle recovery. Your body builds muscle while you sleep, not while you're awake. Second, it reduces joint pain. Multiple studies show tart cherry consumption significantly decreases arthritis symptoms. Less pain means you move more. More movement means more muscle stimulus. Third, it protects your brain. Those same anthocyanins that protect your muscles also protect your neurons. Studies show regular tart cherry consumption may slow cognitive decline. So you're not just protecting your muscles from coffee's cortisol spike. You're sleeping better, hurting less, and thinking clearer. All from 1 tablespoon in your morning coffee. Now, I want to pause for a second and talk about something that frustrates me. Reading studies that put most people to sleep, all to bring you information that actually works. And I do it for free. You're not paying to watch this. I'm not asking you to buy anything. But here's what I've noticed. Most people watch these videos, take the information, and never come back. They don't subscribe. They don't comment. They just disappear. And that's fine. I still want to help them. But if you're someone who values this kind of information, if you're actually going to use what I'm teaching you, the least you can do is hit that subscribe button. It takes 1 second. Just click it. That's all I'm asking. Because I've got 2 more ingredients to share, and honestly, number 3 is the most important one. If you skip number 3, the other 2 won't work nearly as well. So subscribe now, then let's continue. Number 2, grass-fed butter or ghee. Before you roll your eyes and say, that's just bulletproof coffee, let me stop you right there. This is completely different. We're not adding butter for energy or ketones or any of that. We're adding it for one specific reason that has nothing to do with the keto trend. Grass-fed butter contains something called conjugated linoleic acid, CLA for short. And CLA has a very specific effect on aging muscles. It prevents muscle breakdown while simultaneously promoting fat loss. That's a rare combination. Most things that burn fat also burn muscle. CLA is one of the few compounds that does the opposite. Here's the mechanism. CLA influences something called PPAR gamma receptors in your cells. These receptors control whether your body stores fat or burns it. When you activate these receptors with CLA, your body preferentially burns fat while preserving muscle. But here's the part that matters for seniors specifically. As you age, your body becomes more resistant to building muscle and more eager to store fat. It's called anabolic resistance. Your muscles don't respond to protein and exercise the way they used to. CLA from grass-fed butter helps overcome that resistance. It makes your muscles more responsive to the protein you eat later in the day. A study on older adults showed that CLA supplementation resulted in significant improvements in muscle strength and function without any increase in exercise. Just from taking CLA daily. But we're not using CLA supplements, we're using grass-fed butter because it comes packaged with other nutrients that work synergistically. Vitamin K2 for bone health. Butyrate for gut health. Omega-3 fatty acids for inflammation. Here's how to use it. Add 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee to your coffee along with your tart cherry concentrate. Blend it for 10 seconds, it'll get frothy and creamy. Now here's what's going to happen. Within 1 week, you'll notice you're not as hungry in the morning. That's the fat keeping you satisfied. That's good, because it means you're not triggering insulin spikes that interfere with fat burning. Within 3 weeks, you'll notice your energy is more stable. No crash at 10 a.m. That's because you're burning fat for fuel instead of constantly seeking carbs. Within 6 weeks, you'll notice your clothes fit differently. You're losing fat around your midsection while your arms and legs look more defined. That's the CLA working. But here's something most people don't know. The quality of the butter matters desperately. Regular butter from grain-fed cows has almost no CLA. None. It's been shown in studies. Grass-fed butter has up to 500% more CLA. That's not a typo. 500%. So don't cheap out here. Get real grass-fed butter. Brands like Kerrygold are widely available. Or use ghee if you're sensitive to dairy proteins. Let me tell you about Patricia. She's 68. Came to see me because she'd lost 15 pounds in a year, but it was all muscle. She looked frail, her arms were thin, her legs looked weak. I started her on this exact coffee formula. Tart cherry concentrate and grass-fed butter every morning, plus some basic protein guidelines for the rest of her day. 12 weeks later, Patricia had gained back 11 pounds. But here's the shocking part. Her waist was smaller than before. She'd lost fat and gained muscle simultaneously. I feel like I'm 50 again, she told me. My friends keep asking what I'm doing differently. That's the power of giving your body what it actually needs. All right, quick question before we move to number 3. Which ingredient surprised you more? The tart cherry or the grass-fed butter? Drop a comment and let me know. I'm genuinely curious what you're thinking right now. Also, are you taking notes? Are you planning to actually try this? Tell me in the comments. I want to know who's serious about rebuilding their strength. Number 3. And this is the non-negotiable one. Hydrolyzed collagen with added vitamin C. Most people know collagen is important, but they don't know why. And they definitely don't know about the vitamin C part. Let me explain something that's going to change how you think about muscle building. Your muscles aren't just protein. They're protein fibers held together by connective tissue. That connective tissue is made of collagen. As you age, your collagen production drops dramatically. By age 60, you're producing about 60% less collagen than you did at age 25. That means even if you build new muscle protein, you can't hold it together properly. It's like building a brick wall without mortar. The bricks are there, but the structure is weak. When you add hydrolyzed collagen to your coffee, you're providing the raw materials your body needs to rebuild that connective tissue structure. But here's the critical part most people miss. Collagen synthesis requires vitamin C. Without vitamin C, your body can't take those collagen amino acids and actually build them into functional connective tissue. The collagen just gets broken down and used for energy. That's why you need hydrolyzed collagen with vitamin C added, or you need to add vitamin C separately. The research on this is crystal clear. A study looked at older adults who took collagen plus vitamin C daily while doing resistance training. They gained significantly more muscle mass and strength compared to people who only did the training or only took collagen without vitamin C. Vitamin C acts like a catalyst. It activates enzymes that literally stitch the collagen amino acids together into strong connective tissue. Here's your exact protocol. Add 15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen powder to your coffee. That's usually 1 scoop. Then add 500 milligrams of vitamin C powder. Mix it all together with your tart cherry, concentrate, and grass-fed butter. Blend it for 10 to 15 seconds until it's smooth and frothy. That's your complete muscle-building coffee formula. Now, here's what's going to happen on this protocol. Within 1 week, you'll notice your joints feel different. Less grinding, less catching. That's the collagen starting to rebuild your cartilage and tendons. Within 3 weeks, your skin will look better. People will comment on it. That's a side effect of collagen, but it tells you it's working internally too. Within 6 weeks, you'll notice you're stronger, measurably stronger. Things that required 2 hands now require 1. That's your muscle connective tissue getting rebuilt. Within 12 weeks, you'll see visible muscle definition you haven't seen in years. Your arms look fuller. Your legs look more solid. That's real muscle being held together by real connective tissue. But here's the part that matters most for seniors. Strong connective tissue means fewer injuries. You can exercise harder without hurting yourself. More exercise stimulus means more muscle growth. It's a positive cycle. Let me tell you about James. He was 71, type 2 diabetic, overweight, weak. He'd tried everything to build muscle, protein shakes, gym memberships, nothing worked. I put him on this exact coffee formula. Plus, I fixed his breakfast to include 40 grams of protein. Within 8 weeks, James's fasting glucose dropped 30 points. He lost 18 pounds of fat, and he gained 9 pounds of muscle. His doctor reduced his diabetes medication for the first time in 10 years. I thought muscle building was for young people, James told me. I didn't know my body could still do this. Your body can still do this too. You just have to give it the right tools. Here's your complete formula. Write this down. Every morning, 30 minutes before breakfast, 10 ounces of hot coffee, 1 tablespoon tart cherry concentrate, 1 tablespoon grass-fed butter or ghee, 15 grams hydrolyzed collagen powder, 500 milligrams vitamin C powder. Blend it all together for 15 seconds. Drink it slowly over 10 to 15 minutes. Then, 30 minutes later, eat a high-protein breakfast. At least 30 to 40 grams of protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a quality protein shake. That's the complete protocol. The coffee formula prepares your body for muscle building. The protein breakfast provides the raw materials. Together, they create an anabolic environment that reverses muscle loss. Do this every single day for 12 weeks minimum. No days off. No, I'll start tomorrow. Every single day. Now, I want to be brutally honest with you. Most people watching this right now won't do any of this. They'll think it's too complicated, too expensive, too much effort. They'll go back to their regular coffee, their regular breakfast, their regular routine, and in 6 months they'll be noticeably weaker. In a year they'll need help with things they can do today. But you've watched this whole video. You've stuck with me for 14 minutes. That tells me you're different. So here's what I need you to do right now. First, grab our ebook from the pinned comment. It'll show you exactly what to do to your health. Second, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. I'm creating content like this every week. Secondly, leave a comment telling me you're going to try this. Tell me where you're watching from and what your biggest muscle loss concern is. I'll reply to you personally. Look, rebuilding muscle after 60 isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it. But it's possible. I've seen it hundreds of times. Thousands of times. You just need the right information and the willingness to be consistent. Your morning coffee can either destroy your muscles or build them. The choice is yours. I'm Dr. Marcus. I'll see you in the next video. Now go fix your coffee.